Hello and welcome to Graphic Online. From our TV newsroom today, we'll look at the road to election 2024 and the Galamsey politics and whether or not it will affect the December 2024 polls. Civil society group last week ramped up the campaign against illegal mining, commonly called Galamsey in local circles, as they mounted perhaps the biggest pressure on government to end the unfolding environmental calamity, with the Ghana Water Company Limited revealing that its plant risks breaking down as a result of processing heavily polluted water from the main river sources due to Galamsey activities across the country. There has not been a greater chance to compel the political leadership to clamp down heavily on illegal mining and its actors.
We have spoken, we have taken the media to a treatment plant at Shechehiman. We have taken the media to a treatment plant at Daboase, where the Pra River is abstracted. We abstract the Pra River at Shechehiman. The same Pra River also comes to Daboase. We abstract it at Daboase. We have taken the media. I'm sure your reporter who is in either Cape Coast or Takrady will tell you that we have taken them there on a number of occasions. There was a time that a very important visitor came to Western region, and we had to take that important visitor to Daboase. And whilst at the intake is a place where the low lift pumps, the pumps that abstract the raw water from the Pra River are installed. That is the house, the pumping house for abstracting raw water. Whilst there, we saw with our naked eyes, not with a telescope, but with our naked eyes, everybody saw the Galamsey people operating as close to the intake point. And that visitor, very important visitor I'm talking about, also saw the people working. So we have spoken a lot. Well, I thank God that now it's gaining traction, it's gaining attention, it's gaining publicity, and everybody is talking about it. The aim of this statement that was issued is to highlight, to bring out to the public, for everybody to know, to hear that Galamsey is really wreaking havoc.
Indeed, the culprits of illegal mining have always worked their way into the comforts of their gold-laden pits, from where they dig the natural resource with careless abandon, while political actors engage in unfortunate drama.
The president of state is President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So if the president has failed, he should admit so. And if he has failed as a minister for defense in tackling Galamsey, he should admit so. It is wrong for him to cast insinuations and aspersions and creating impressions that somebody is making political statements. The executive power of state is with the president, and you are the minister for defense. If you can tell us that you cannot deploy the military to stop Galamsey, but you can deploy the military to stop the exportation of maize, and so we should clap for you. Mr. Speaker, the issues we are talking about, they are serious issues. Our livelihood is threatened.
Both sides of the house, you have had the opportunity to rule this country before. I can tell you, you polluted the water more than us. You polluted the water more than us.
Last week, Graphic Online Timothy Nyengbe and Caleb Van der Poy visited the Trifo Atimokwa area in the central region to see at first hand some of the killer Galamsey pits and got more details about how a young couple lost twins.
It was the hope of Evans Dogby, 25, and Kate Agboga, 23, that their 2-year-old twins would grow up to become responsible adults. Having also lost their first child, the young couple saw the birth of Frederick and Leticia as compensation for their previous loss. Their plan was to enroll the pair in school and give them the best education that would make them national assets. However, this dream was crushed when the toddlers fell into an illegal mining pit on Monday, August 26, 2024, never to live again. The sad incident, which occurred at Mokwa in Trifo Atimokwa district in the central region, has left the couple shattered. When Graphic Online visited the couple at their home in the farming community on September 4, the mood was that of dejection, despair and sobriety. Sitting in the courtyard of 2 mud houses roofed with corrugated iron sheet were family members who had gathered for a meeting. The solemn environment spoke volumes about how devastated the family was. When the graphic online sat with the couple for an interview, they recounted events of the day amid intermittent dead silence. Mr. Dogbe, a farmer, explained that he heard the news about the death of his twins at about 12:30 p.m.
There was this story out there that some twins were drowned here in the Galamsey pit on Thursday. And so the Daily Graphic decided to do a fact-finding mission to Atim Mokwa in the Chifopraso district here in the central region. We are right here at the pit. We are told that this is where the twins drowned. I have with me here the relatives of the twins. We are told that the mother, this is Red Village, the mother of the twins actually visited somebody here. And while she was taking a nap, according to her, while she was taking a nap, the kids went out. In fact, the distance between this particular house and the pit is less than 50 meters. So while she was asleep, the kids went out. She woke up and didn't see them. So she decided to do a follow-up, only to realize that their slippers were lying right at the pit. And upon further, she discovered that yes, their bodies were actually there. So this is where the incident happened. This is the Red Village where the lady came. You can see behind me the devastating effect of illegal mining. Illegal miners are basically doing business here. And you can see floating platforms. They are destroying lands, destroying forest reserves, destroying water bodies. And they are doing it with alacrity. We pray that the stakeholders, duty bearers, will rise up. Let's help fight this menace.
Sometimes, the debate has bordered on sheer comedy or outright insensitivity to the seriousness of dissipation of forest reserves, pollution of arable lands and water bodies, and contaminating them with heavy and poisonous substances including mercury and cyanide. As some civil society organizations indicated during last week's agitations against illegal mining, it is time to commit the major political actors to a grand plan that incorporates their commitment to fight the menace. Three of the leading figures in the 2024 general election have dedicated chapters of their separate development blueprints. Three of the leading figures in the 2024 general election have dedicated chapters of their separate development blueprints, also called manifestos, to their plans for the mining industry.
The governing New Patriotic Party and the opposition National Democratic Congress have both stated their plans to promote responsible mining, while former Trade Minister Alan Chematin stated in the Movement for Change's Great Transformational Plan that he would eliminate Galamsey within a period of 2 years upon coming to power.
I have a 10-point plan, robust, comprehensive plan to deal with Galamsey. And this point about helping the young people in Galamsey to set up their own companies, mining companies, is just one component of it. But the 10-point plan starts with a complete ban for 1 year on small-scale and community mining. Yes, you can have a state of emergency, but what are the elements of the outcome of that state of emergency? You have to go beyond establishing the state of emergency. So you start off with a complete ban. That's component one. Component two, you demobilize all the machinery and the equipment, including the earth-moving equipment, and make sure that they are moved into a storage and preservation environment. And I'm proposing that the Field Engineers Regiment of the Ghana Armed Forces will be responsible for that. Within that 1 year ban period, number one, government would ensure that we restore all our water bodies. And there's technology available to be able to do that easily. Within 1 year under an Alam presidency, all our water bodies should become clean again. But meanwhile, you have a ban of 1 year, which means that within that period, it is not even possible for us to have our water bodies being contaminated again.
But 5 political analysts said the party's commitment to the fight against illegal mining must impact the endorsement of the electorate at the December 7 polls. A senior lecturer of the Department of History and Political Science of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Kwesi Amachi-Boateng, said Galamsey is a political problem and it would take politics to eradicate it. He said the consciousness of Ghanaians should be elevated to match the level of destruction of the general environment. Musa Dankwa, the executive director and head of Global Info Analytics, a global research group, on his part said although Galamsey had not been a major issue for voters for the 2024 general election, the current attention forced by media focus and civil society pressure could draw voters' attention to it. A governance expert and chief executive of the John Agyekum Kufuor Foundation, Professor Bafo Ajimondua, on his part said the dangers and threats posed by Galamsey, our political leaders must see it as a national issue, not a parochial or partisan one. Elections should be no reason for them to condone the practice. From the above, and with the national uproar over the escalating spate of illegal mining reaching a crescendo, with many groups and prominent Ghanaians stressing on the need for the government to, as a matter of urgency, ban all forms of small-scale mining to help sanitize the sector to protect the environment. Graphic fully supports the collective action by the groups and associations to deal with this illegal mining scourge that is widely seen as an existential threat to humanity and the environment. The hard truth is that the country is at a crossroads in the search for pragmatic solutions to the escalating illegal mining menace. More than 7 years after the government declared war against illegal mining, the country is yet to come out of the woods. As illegal miners continue to wreak havoc on land and water resources, the illegal miners are having a field day, leading to the wanton destruction of the country's land and water resources. Graphic calls on all well-meaning Ghanaians to support any form of mass action within the confines of the law that will result in urgent action by the duty bearers to deal with the Galamsey menace. We call for the strict enforcement of the Minerals and Mining Act 2019, Act 995, to ensure that persons who mine illegally are handed hefty penalties to deter others. If we fail to decisively deal with the illegal mining menace, our path to sustainable development will be obstructed because most of the sustainable development goals are linked to the quality of the environment. We cannot imagine getting to the point where water will be imported into this country simply because some selfish individuals have destroyed a natural resource in the desperate search for gold. We acknowledge that gold mining contributes significantly to the country's gross domestic product. However, if we must mine, we must do so responsibly and sustainably. Prosperity will not forgive us if we watch on for the country's resources to be destroyed.
Thank you for watching. For more news, please visit our website graphic.com.gh and follow us on social media. Our handles are Graphic Online Ghana on TikTok, Daily Graphic Ghana on Facebook and Instagram, and Graphic GH on YouTube and X. I am Mirabna Kalba.